In this week's video, I'm going to talk about how I went from this lighting setup to this. Whoa, what a difference that makes, hey? So in this video, I'm going to run you through a step-by-step guide of how I transform my lighting setup from last week to this week, and hopefully you guys can see a big difference. So I'm going to go through 3 things that I changed to hopefully give my videos a bit more of a professional look. I got a few comments in the video from last week about what I could do to make my lighting a lot better. So I've gone ahead and changed everything around a little bit, and I'll run through what I've done. Lighting, I feel, is going to be very important moving forward as a small photography business, whether that's talking to clients on Zoom or even going through on these YouTube channels with you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off all of the lights in my setup, and I'm going to run through those 3 things and a little extra.
2 hours later.
So hopefully you can see me. It's pretty dark in here now.
Vincent!
And as you can see, lighting is very important. I have got no lights on at all. I've got the blinds down to make the room as dark as possible. And it probably looks terrible, right? So I'm going to run you through now the 3 key lighting things that I've now got in my room, plus a few extra bonuses. And the first thing that I've added, or changed even, is my key light. Now a key light is the main light source for the scene. And what I've got now is a Godox SL60W. And I picked this up from a fellow creative friend of mine who's now sponsored by Nanlite, a lighting company. So he had a Godox constant light that was going, and I bought that off of him. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that on now so you can probably see me better, and then I'll talk you through the key light. So hopefully that's making a big difference already. The key light is now shining on one side of my face. It's nice and soft, and it's positioned up and to the side of me, about 30 to 40 degrees to the side of me. It's set at about 5600 Kelvin, and now Kelvin is a measurement of light. And the confusing bit is if you go lower the number, the warmer the colours are, and the higher the number you go, the harsher and the brighter the light is. So it's again positioned off to the side and above me, and it's set to a nice neutral light colour. Now what this light is doing is creating shadows on one side of my face. It's creating a lot of depth in the image, and I think it just looks a lot better than what I was using last week. Now, funnily enough, the next lighting thing, the second thing we're going to talk about, is called a fill light. Okay, and my fill light last week was my key light last week. It's all I had when I started my videos. So hopefully, when I turn on my fill light, I can explain what that is and why. So a fill light essentially just adds light to the shadowy side of my face. Again, it's what I used last week as my key light, but it's now become secondary and is now my fill light. I've set it to a kind of a warmer color just to add a little bit more tone in the image, but this fill light is completely to the side of me and at eye level. So that should be now lighting up the side of my face on the shadowy side, and then I've got the key light here lighting up and being the main source of light in the room. Now one of the things that I didn't have last week, which really makes a big difference to the overall image, is called a rim light. Now the rim light is going to add separation from me to the background. It's going to add light to the back of my head and back of my shoulders, and it's just going to make everything stand out. So I'm going to add that rim light now, and we're almost there. So the rim light is now on, and you might notice that it was my desk lamp that I had sat there on my desk last week. It's one of the only things I've got that I could use as a rim light. I know a lot of people use strobe lights or power tubes. But at the moment, I haven't got that in my armory. So I've gone with my desk light. I've moved it from the side of me here to behind me. And hopefully that creates that separation that I was talking about between myself and the background. So there's 2 extra things that I want to show you. And they were on in my last video. And those are to do with what's behind me here. So I'm going to turn those 2 things on now. And that will complete the look. So those last 2 things are just a little LED strip just below my computer screen. Just adds some color to the image. And then obviously my computer screen, which I've changed this week. I've completed my channel art. So I've added that to the desktop. And that's it. That's my lighting setup. And it looks completely different. I've got loads of videos to come. Lots of content for you. If you want to drop a comment below about whether you think this lighting setup is any better or worse than last week, hit a like if you like this video and subscribe to this channel. If you do those things, it would be greatly appreciated. And again, I'll see you in the next one.